Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is a family of apes crashing through a series of local, yet strangely diverse tropical islands to recapture their colonised homeland. On the way, they're impeded by an ensemble cast of nefarious, diabolically evil villains like the defenceless last remnants of a nearly extinct species, Hawaiian architecture, Finley, Green Finley, and flies that have most definitely sampled the suspicious juice being made in World 5. The actual main villain of Tropical Freeze is Donkey Kong's turnaround animation, which led to far more of my deaths than every other foe combined. Retro Studios would have you believe that Donkey Kong's main foes are this walrus and polar bear, who command a legion of angry-looking penguins that froze Donkey Kong Island and stole all his bananas. Okay, issue number 1. Polar bears and walruses are in the Arctic and penguins are in the Antarctic, making their cooperation highly unlikely. Issue number 2, this polar bear would most definitely have eaten these penguins. Issue number 3, penguins don't eat bananas, take it from me, and I'm almost certainly sure walruses and polar bears don't either. Unless there's some other hidden motivation that Retro Studios doesn't want you to know about. It's shown that the polar bear and the walruses conquered not just Donkey Kong Island, but multiple other islands. Perhaps as the polar ice melts, these cool compatriots made a desperate bid to combat global warming and save their home. Who knows how far their rule extends beyond what we've seen? Maybe they've drawn a cold, violent path down to Antarctica to recruit the penguin horde to their cause before setting eyes on the equatorial islands, seeking to create a new ice age with a decisive, vicious extermination. Perhaps Donkey Kong is not fighting just to get his home back from these cold colonial counterparts from the north, but to avenge his distant evolutionary cousins, the human race.
Google, what is the human race?
Yet, as a penguin sympathiser, I cannot stand for the fact that Donkey Kong so callously murders these penguins in as brutally agonising a way as this, typical of his lumbering ape family. Cranky Kong no doubt pioneered the spine-snapping, cranial hemorrhage-inducing footstool technique that DK pounds down onto his opponents with. Here we can see one of Donkey Kong's victims being taken for emergency imaging and medical treatment. So one may ask, if this game's inhumane treatment of its flightless foils puts me off the game and any other fan of human rights off the game, then who is this game for? Well actually, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze caters to a wide audience. It carefully slots into that classic Nintendo design of kid-friendly aesthetics, simple control schemes, and a gradually rising difficulty curve, while still layering layers of complexity to be mastered by gaming adults. This warm, pleasant vibe is perfect for children just wanting to start on their first platformer. Well, until they meet about approximately the midway point of the 4th level. When I was a kid, I had the game's predecessor on the Wii, and the Minecraft levels were about as forgiving as the IRS. My cousins and I spent hours on just these levels, and I never even finished the game because of the 3rd Minecraft level. Okay, well even if Tropical Freeze is as inviting for children as the River Seine is for triathletes, at least adults can appreciate some challenge. Yep, okay, many of these hardcore gaming adults wish this game was Metroid and look down on the game for being just a 2D platformer. Also, this game was originally released on the Wii U and cost $60. So who did buy Tropical Freeze? Well, we're left with a tiny fraction of millennials who are nostalgic for the original country games who will play Tropical Freeze. And I guess people who are really into games about monkeys will also play it. Shout out to zookeepers and Bloons Tower Defense people. This game's seemingly wide appeal is a facade. Tropical Freeze's actual infinitesimal target audience is a cadre of elite gamers interested in subtle artistic masterpieces to the point that it's nearly a cult classic. Because Tropical Freeze's popularity with the critical crowd is not an accident. Sometimes it is easy to dismiss art too quickly. With how fast-paced things are in this world of content, it is easy to overlook something that isn't clamouring, crying for your attention with overt artistic intent. Sometimes the subtle artistic intent of a work needs to be made apparent to you, or even spelled out to you. And that's okay, you get to appreciate something you wouldn't have otherwise. Needless to say, when my baboon brain self first played this game, I was just bopping along with not a care in the world until reviews popped up proclaiming the game's quality while I was playing. However, there is another absolutely essential factor of the Tropical Freeze experience to help me uncover the game's obscured eloquence. Its accolades and acclaim are famous even to those who have not experienced Tropical Freeze. Its praise more glowing than a glowstick. Its fans more devoted than FNAF. Its melodies sweeter than Thalmartin. David Wise's stunning music flowed rhythmically in my ear. There's so much energy, so much passion to each track, and while it starts all jazzed up, there is a great range to the music. The Fire World and Ice World feature some poignant, even melancholy tracks that make me stop, sit down, and pay close attention to my thoughts and mood. I think that with how expected we are to be constantly engaged, constantly hooked up to everything, even in our rest time, this solace is so valuable. The Reflection offers an opportunity for great personal growth, but this music also just feels so comforting, even in the sadder tracks. When I play Tropical Freeze, my mind drifts over my life moments flashing in front of my eyes, much like another famous gorilla. The music is easily my favourite part of this game. I think that because of the way that sadness often triggers us to reflect upon life, we end up exploring those emotions far more than our happy ones, giving us an illusion that there is far more to our sadness than there is to our other emotions. I mean, it makes sense, right? If we're sad, there might be something wrong, so we need to think deeply to fix things. If we're happy, why ask why when things are perfect? But I think that because of this, we miss out on the many different kinds of joy. The satisfaction of a speedy roll jump, the zany dance of the bass in Busted Bayou, and the quiet appreciation of a scenic vista. Playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze feels like an exercise in appreciating the small things. The way the water flows, the delightful expressions on the Kong's face, the satisfaction of nailing a triple bounce. The unscrupulous attention to detail belies a profound expression of a way of living. Tropical Freeze shows that there is not only complexity in our melancholy, but also in our joy. And that's why we are adding this game to my list of games for real gamers. Thank you Retro Studios and David Wise for Tropical Freeze.